this phrase called leveling up is like this new sort of catchphrase. I don't know, maybe it's been around for a long time. I haven't heard that. Okay. But I was new to me too. I guess it means like, especially in maybe the entrepreneur world, you're going to a new level and all the problems that come up with that. And you would think it's good to be at that level, but really there's all these new things that have come. Mm-hmm. So for you, how have you dealt with, let's say, leveling up? Whatever that means to you, whether it's having the Hollywood Reporter write about your film, having people from all over the world have an opinion about your film that was really just this personal movie that you wanted to make for yourself by a certain time, and now it's like become a thing and it's out there and people have an opinion. How have you dealt with the new level of pressure that comes from being at different stages?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, it was funny because like when I was making all these shorts, it was like I was getting so aggravated that they weren't getting exposure. Then when Drifter got all the exposure, I'm like, oh my god, like,
you got what you wanted.
I want to like hide under floorboards or something. But I mean, like enough people like that movie. It's like to have kept me creatively afloat. It's not like everybody, you know. It's like, I mean, it was a very divisive kind of reaction, which I thought that was kind of cool. But like, but then with like Monster Party, it was like such a, you know, you almost think it's gonna be like a little bit easier because all you have to do is like direct and write it. But it was actually like, because like now you got like 50-person crew, you got an ensemble of like seasoned professional actors. They were wonderful, by the way. It was like such a great, incredible experience working with those actors. But you know, you got a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Ears in your ear.
Yeah, a lot of ears in your ear, and as well as they should. At a certain, you know, it's like I understand where they're coming from, and like they're trying to, you know, I mean, they're trying to protect the product, and we're all just trying to make the greatest movie we could possibly make. And but yeah, I mean, I think, and also dealing with trusting department heads, because I was so used to doing so many things myself, like production design and props and all that stuff, and you know, that took me a little bit to adapt to that. But then at a certain point, there's so many things that you gotta, because like, you know, Monster Party was a much more dense story than Drifter. Monster Party is a very plot-driven movie. A lot of character dynamics, a lot of like ensemble. It's a very dense kind of plot story. So I mean, like it was a complicated movie to shoot, and it just challenged me so much on so many levels, and like just it was really just thrown into the atomic fire, and just like with all these like I mean, the last day, like one of the last days we shot like at this mansion in Malibu for like a couple weeks, and like there were like 100 people on set, like the last day we were there, and it was like, and a lot of them were like friends and all that, but like I mean, it was like
pressure.
I mean, like this is like. You know, it's like everyone's watching you and all that, like, and you just, but you know, at a certain point, you just sort of like tune that stuff out and just focus on what you have to do, and like, and you know, all those people sort of just, you know, I mean, you just got to focus on like the movie that you're trying to make and not get, like we were saying before, like what's inside the frame and not get too distracted and all that. And, you know, and it's tough, you know, it's like, I mean, it was tough, like going into like from a movie with a skeleton crew to like a movie with like, whoa, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to, you know, but like, but it was, you know, but like in the grand scheme of things, it was an awesome experience though. I mean, it was like, because it just trained me so hard to like, you know, it pushed me so hard. It just challenged me so hard, and it just, you know, it really, like, if you can get through that, it's like it makes you. It's almost like I kind of looked at it like movie boot camp a little bit, you know, which, you know, I feel like you got to go through it. You know, you got to go through it, and it was very much like a boot camp, you know, but a very like, in a good way in the grand scheme of things, you know, very strong, yeah.